Welcome to Pawpaw Sammy and Alley Bug's YouTube channel. Today we're going to show you how we turn our compost into premium organic worm castings in 4 steps. We start in the back corner, work our way around to our compost bin, all the way over to the worm bin and the separator. Our regular compost pile. That breaks down with heat, which kills some of the microorganisms and changes some that don't kill, it changes them. It's not passed through the worms yet. It has not passed through. Now this is what it looks like. Now don't get me wrong, you need that in your garden. Mm-hmm. You need it if you're going to have good soil. Now,
but that will bring the worms too.
Oh yeah, if you was to dig down in here, you will find worms. Mm-hmm. They are down in there, believe me. I don't know if you're going to find them right now, but they're in there. See the cardboard? Mm-hmm. So that right there is regular compost pile. Now what we do is go from here to the compost barrel to finish it off. As we take it out of that barrel, it goes to the worm bin.
What does a barrel do? Why would you need to put it in?
We go from here to there and let it keep composting.
Okay. And
then whenever we need to put it in the bin, we spread it out, feeding the worms. We feed that to the worms along with shredded paper, cardboard, food waste. The compost will hurt your worms. Mm-hmm. So it goes through its heat, we transfer it over here and keep piling there. Basically the reason we take it off the ground and put it in the barrel is rain will leach the nutrients into the ground. And you want to save all those you can.
Oh. Are you not? And this will mix it up too, so it can compost better.
Yeah, look at that. It's still composted. It's done went through the heat though. It's not hot. Mm-hmm. There's no heat at all now.
Yeah, it's cool in there actually.
Yeah, it's actually cool. And this barrel was full. And look how empty it is. Mm-hmm. It just keeps composting down.
Breaking down on itself.
Yeah.
Oh look, I like that. It can get some air. The holes on the side.
Then you take this.
Isn't that the biggest part of compost is the oxygen?
Oh yeah.
That breaks it down into nitrogen?
Then it goes from here to the worm bin. And when they finish with it, I'll show you the finished product.
If you take raw compost, can you put it into the worm bin or will it burn it?
Burn it until it's got to go through a heat first. Now, exception. It's hard to see, but there's a layer of field pea leaves in it bin under that paper. You might see a leaf every once in a while. There was 3 or 4 wheelbarrow loads of leaves off my field peas. I'm putting nitrogen in there. That's nitrogen. All right, I covered it up with that paper and dampened it down. That bin is big enough, the worms can get down deep enough that heat won't bother them. After 2 days, they'll come right back and start eating.
Okay.
So I mean, and while we're on the subject, this is the way I do it. This is looking at videos and experimenting. I've killed 6,000 or 8,000, 10,000 night crawlers learning.
Why do you have a cover over here?
Oh, the armadillos love me, the birds love me, the squirrels love me. They got in my worm bin. You see how it looks. They got in there and destroyed it here a couple of weeks ago. I'm just now getting it back with the leaves and paper and cardboard and trying to get it back together. They literally tore it up.
Did you lose a lot of worms? Did you have any way of knowing?
I don't know, but there's no odor. You smell no odor. When I found it the morning, I walked out and it was all tore up. There was dead night crawlers everywhere, and the odor was unbelievable.
Oh, okay.
But it's back clean now. There's no odor.
Okay.
Step 4 starts off with gathering your compost, your vermicompost, out of your worm bin. Being in South Louisiana, my buckets that catch the rainwater are full. My worm bin is soaked. So it's going to be hard to run it through the process, but we're going to try. My granddaughter Savannah is going to help me harvest. The harvesting we built here out of scraps, it was just a couple hours to build it. Has a 1/8 inch screen and a 1/4 inch screen. Most people use a half to a quarter. I use a 1/8 to a quarter. When you put the material in, okay, baby, turn it. There you go. They start separating. Go ahead. Your fine particles come out here. Your worms and eggs come out here. Basically, eggs. Worms basically drop into the blue bucket on the egg. It usually separates a lot more, but like I said, the material is really wet. I'm in the process of drying it out.
So this is the finished product once it's been dried and sifted, and it's available for sale on the Lazy Worms Facebook page. When you were in business, you always prided yourself on being really efficient with how you laid things out, but I don't really understand why everything is so far apart.
Well, there's two reasons, baby. One of them is a natural habitat, leaves, dampness on the canal behind the fence. It draws worms. So I put cardboard down with the roughage on top of it. That draws in the worms and it helps start the composting process. And plus, Momo don't like it in the middle of the yard. All right, now, when I start from there to my bin, I harvest the worms out of that roughage. It goes in my garden.
Oh, okay.
That bin is there because of the sunlight. I store it there where it gets direct sun and continues the composting. Now,
I understand why the barrel is in the sun, but why didn't you put the worm bed by the barrel?
well, I need the heat there, but I don't need it on my worms. That don't catch as much sunlight as the backyard does. So it's cooler.
The worms would die if they were in the sun?
Oh yes, the heat would kill them. But where it's at now in the shade, I can mist it down with my rainwater, the barrels, and it will keep the worms, evaporation keeps them cool. Notice I have a thermometer hanging. That is one thermometer there, which gives me the humidity and the temperature. I have one buried in that bin somewhere, so I have to dig it out. It tells you the temperature in the bin. I also have a thermometer here to tell me what it is up high. If it gets too hot, I take the rainwater out of my barrels and mist. And that the evaporation lowers the temperature almost instantly. It goes down.
Right. So, Pawpaw, some of your viewers have already asked you questions, and we're making videos to address those questions. So, could you tell YouTube what videos you have upcoming?
Actually, we have quite a few. It's going to take some time. Some of them pertain to how you make your own worm bed in the yard, almost maintenance free, how to prepare your soil for your garden, where no grass grows and your plants grow, and another one's from fishermen on how they raise their little nightcrawler beds, which is really basic vermiculture and vermicomposting.
Aren't we also doing videos on the terminology of vermicompost?
Definitely will, because there seems to be a lot of confusion on that.
Right.
Learn more. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell. Any questions or y'all have or any problems or you need details on, contact me and we'll put the answers back on you.